You're getting pitted.
Crikey, that was
Very solid.
Thank you, gentlemen. Got the scumbag. Oh, true. Two birds with one stone.
And let's go one more time.
You're going down. I went to your ambulance. Gotcha.
There you go, good
Solid.
shit.
Gotcha.
All right. Who has not gone?
I have not gone, sir.
All right. Once we get to the end here, let's go ahead and swap. Then we're going to go ahead and swap groups.
Just you, I think.
Maybe just you. You got this, Larry. Ugh. Oh.
All right, let's roll.
Get him.
Larry.
It was the tiniest bit late. So when you see that the vehicle isn't pretty much immediately spinning out, really that just means that the individual who's being pitted is more so seeing that at the rear door than the rear corner. Let's roll.
Remember, he talked mad shit about your 69 Mustang.
Same thing. That was my
much
B
distance.
pillar.
It's like accounting like a few seconds. Like accounting a few seconds there before
Yeah.
you get up to him. You got this.
Perfect. All right, we'll do one more successful one, and then we're going to swap groups.
10-4.
Yeah.
Go for it. That one stings. Go for it. Get him. Oh,
Perfect.
perfect.
That was perfect.
You were just holding back, weren't you?
Don't talk shit
Very
about
solid.
RS7s.
Never talk shit about RS7s. My bad.
I think they look great for what it's worth. All right, head over in this direction. All right, I am ready to swap. I'm gonna have my 4 stay on 9.
Bad for us is, you know,
Alright, sounds good.
I see you.
All right, y'all stay on frequency 9.
Hey, firm. You want to
Yes,
stay here as
sir.
well
Oh,
for now?
no,
They're
no,
coming.
no,
Go,
move,
go,
move,
go,
move,
go,
move,
go,
move.
go. Go, go, go. We're the parallels. Get out of there.
Let's bring everybody out for just a second so that Flop can properly introduce himself and vice versa.
Yeah, good call. Good call. I'm not in uniform. Sorry. Well, actually, I am in. I'm just not in
Yeah,
FTO
you
uniform.
are.
I'm sorry. All right. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hi, everyone. Hello. I haven't been here the last couple of days. I've been on LOA. I'm showing up now. I apologize, but my name's Flop Dugong. It's good to meet all of you. I'm looking forward to working with everybody here. The overall consensus is that Academy's been going pretty good, which I'm glad to hear. I hope you're all learning, new stuff, good stuff. And if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. That's all I got. I got you.
All right, one by one, you're introducing yourselves again.
Please.
Hello, sir. My name's Crikey. You're the one who interviewed me. I got stuck in a cave for a week trying to impress a girl, and then got rescued, thankfully. That's it for me, sir.
It's good to meet you, Crikey. Again.
Likewise, of course.
Hello, Flap. I'm Larry Johnson, and I love cars.
Hello, Larry. I also love cars. It's good to meet you.
Hello, I'm David Bouchard, French-Canadian, and I'm a published horror book author.
How do you pronounce your last name again?
Bouchard.
Bouchard?
Yeah,
Is that correct?
Yeah, you can say Bouchard.
Okay. Good to meet you, Bouchard. Excuse me.
Yeah, you can call me Butchard if you wanna.
Okay. Good to know.
My name is Judas Squealer, and I am a Cartnark and a Capricorn.
You're a Capricorn?
Yes, I boarded January.
Okay. Good to meet
And
you.
he's a Cartnark. He's one of the good ones.
Yep. Okay. All right. I'm taking notes. Good to meet you.
I love note taking.
Well, then you're gonna love it here.
Wait, do you go next?
No, I'm just
What's your
leaning
name,
up
sir?
against the
Rhodes?
car.
Is that you, Mr. Oh my God! Hi, Rhodes.
Hey,
What do you do?
I be petty.
Okay, that's all I need to know. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else that needs to be said. Okay.
Hello, I'm Emily Parker. If I could be any animal, I'd be an eagle.
Why an eagle?
They have massive wingspan. They can see really well as well.
I respect it, Emily. Good to meet you.
Hello, Flap. Sterling Silver, boys.
Yeah,
Sterling,
speak up, Sterling.
if you don't speak the fuck up.
Oh,
Well, hello there, Flap. As you know, I'm a Boy Scout. I like to camp, grow tomatoes, potatoes,
Hey,
potatoes.
why are you looking at me, Flop?
Yeah, I like to go out to my camp that has sleeps one but has room for two. I haven't been there in a little while. Interesting fact is my beard actually came from my mother. She was a bearded woman in the circus. Good to see you, Flap.
Yeah, Sterling.
why are you saying it like that?
Emphasis on the P.
I love the.
What are you talking about?
When you're like flop, you
I
know.
love it.
Little Flap.
Pronunciation's important.
All right.
Respect the man's name.
Yeah, Sterling. It's so great to meet you.
Why'd you say it like
Why do I
that?
have-
Do you
That's
y'all
fine.
got
Yeah,
history?
I caught that.
Why do I have
Hold
the
on.
feeling they know
Hold
each
on,
other?
is
Haven't
that
seen you in a
tea?
while,
Some
Flap.
attention.
Is that tea?
Thought you forgot
I
about me.
Attention here.
And you
There
know
might be
what?
tea,
Hold
but I don't
on.
know if
Somebody
I
grab a
voted for
knife.
that class.
I
Sterling,
like tea.
you didn't
Eric
give
is
us
inviting
you
me
didn't
to
give
his
us the
camp.
camping bit
Yeah.
the first day, did you?
Yeah. Oh, that's
Good.
cool.
Because now
Yeah.
suddenly
Yeah.
this tent that's for
No.
one has room for two when you're talking a flop, you know?
Oh,
She used to come visit me
wow,
up at
I'm
my
thinking-
camping tent. He used to come see me. I haven't seen him in a while.
Snap.
No. Let's not get this carried away. The way that this went
Oh,
was
wow.
I would do my patrol up in the hills, and somebody would be
Mhm.
waiting for me at night
Sure.
to do my routine checkup, and he would always tell me he's got a one person tent but room for two.
That's all hearsay. It's just you always conveniently found me, huh?
Literally sat in one of the most common hunting spots. What you mean?
I bet he sits on his mother's beard.
Is it really that common?
It was common
the
enough
hell,
that I
Judas?
always-
Judas.
What did you say, Judas?
Judas, there is
Nothing.
no secrets, no whispering.
No.
You get into the middle of
speak
this group and you repeat what you said.
What did you say,
I'm so
Judas?
sorry, sirs. I said I bet he sits on his mother's beard. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it.
Wow.
Sterling, do you have a response to that?
If I don't even really technically know what that means. My mother was a very beautiful woman. She was very supportive. So if he's referring to how she would support my lifestyle, I would agree.
That was single-handedly the best thing I've heard in a while.
All right.
Wow.
I think
I'm
we're
glad we
good to
got through
move
that.
on.
All right.
How
Lastly.
do I follow this up?
You know, I'm
Girl,
not
there
gonna
was a
lie.
lot of tea. Trust me.
Yeah, that
You
was
good?
fun.
You good? You ain't got
Don't
nothing to
worry.
worry
Okay.
about.
You're not
There
losing
was
credit
tea
here.
overload.
Somebody
It's
grab
just
a knife.
Sterling.
Cut that tension.
Just
All right.
Sterling.
So I'm the
Do you hear
problem,
how I
Flop.
said that?
I'm the problem. Gotcha.
Oh, wow.
Never said that. Never said that.
You're great, Sterling. Don't forget that.
Thank you, Craigie. You're my
Of course,
best
you're all
friend.
great. Oh,
What's your
thank
name,
you.
ma'am? I apologize.
It's okay. I'm Theodora Crane, go by Theo. Interesting fact is I was a gold medalist in the weightlifting competition back in my hometown in Massachusetts.
Really?
Now
actually
I don't want to be that person.
No, we're not going there.
No, no. Theo,
oh,
I think
oh.
I think the positioning of everybody and the way at which they said things was great. Because we went from sterling silver to you being gold. Okay, it seems like there's like progression here.
It's silver and gold.
Theo,
Don't
how
worry,
would
I
you-
couldn't be on your level,
Mhm.
Theo. I don't know what gold
how would
is.
how would you pronounce that?
Oh, the word right here. Don't think about it. Just how would you pronounce it?
Yeah, how do you pronounce it?
I feel like I'm gonna be judged.
No, no.
No, not at all.
I'm gonna be
Judgment
judged.
free zone.
Scallop?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
It's a scallop.
That is all I needed to hear. We can
No,
go
that's
back
a-
to training. This is
It's a
good.
scallop.
Isn't
I
that
don't
a
know.
scallop?
No, it's a. Do you call someone or do you call them?
I called
Uh
them.
huh. So why is that call but that not skull?
It's got the SQW. SQU.
There was no Q in there.
You.
Do you say squall or squall?
Oh, he's got you there.
I don't think either of those are words.
Squall's a
squall.
word.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
do
squall
you
is a
say
word.
GIF or GIF?
Oh, it's GIF.
We all
It's a
know
gift.
it's
Okay.
GIF.
All right, just had to make sure no one was crazy.
Unless we're referring to the peanut butter,
Of course not.
which is GIF.
I
Well,
don't
that's
think-
spelled with a J though.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's just gnocchi, man.
Gnocchi.
Yeah, that's my favorite food, gnocchi. You know my favorite food?
I like gnocchi as well.
Wait, the G is silent?
So good.
All right.
All right.
Do we
Well, fantastic.
continue on?
Yes. Yes.
We
Sorry.
do.
Did we pass this portion of the training? The pronunciation bit.
I think so. I think
Oh,
so.
good.
For now.
Flop's
this take-
pronunciation training.
I feel like this is more of like Matt's thing, to be honest. I don't want to take credit for that. This scallop conversation.
Uh-huh. All right,
Yeah, like a-
listen.
Is that a
I'm
I think
taking the
Massachusetts thing?
group with 3. I need y'all to load up in a CVPI and meet me on the far northwest corner.
Yes.
All right.
Just to be specific, it's those 3 going there right now.
Perfect.
The other 4, no staying here.
All right, y'all are still on frequency 8, right?
Yes,
Perfect. Can someone elaborate on how they were doing pit-related stuff with y'all?
We were mostly only doing like 50, 60 mile per hour pits. Just trying to get them to use the ram bar as much as possible. And Sterling was the only one we started to up the speed with. And also we were kind of introducing like brake checking and stuff like that, and stuff along those lines.
All right.
Not giving your hand too early, but hitting them.
So with the group of 4 that you're getting now, they are relatively solid with the high-speed related stuff. However, I just want to get the basics down, so there was no attempts to avoid the pit, no brake checking or anything of the sort. So if y'all want to go through that with them, that would be ideal.
Barry, could you be able to 10-9 what you said? We were all on radio 9 that time.
He was just communicating with me. He'll be on 9. All right, everyone here is still on 8, right?
Hey, firm.
Yes, sir.
All right. Is there anyone on 8 that should be on 9?
I believe so.
All right.
I told all of them that were on 9 to come to 8, so yours should be going to 9.
What? Wait, what? Okay, that's fine.
But your group is on 9, right? Or no?
Yeah, it would have just made more sense for the people, us to swap.
Oh, they already swapped.
It's fine. All right, we're going to 9.
Okay.
Hey,
Yes,
firm.
862 radio check.
10-2. All right, so y'all were doing pits at about 60.
Eric was 60. We were 62 to start it out with. We
Okay.
did the 90s after.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're actually gonna back up a bit. Here we are. I'll have you to my left-hand side. I'm going to set my speed limiter somewhere in the 90s. You can utilize your limiter at 91, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I'm probably gonna be low to mid 90s. What's going to happen is when I suspect that your positioning is proper, I will say go. And when I say that, I want you to trust that if you were to cut the wheel to the right while still accelerating, you are going to pit me and have 0 issues whatsoever. Okay? When I say go, no hesitation. Just continue, accelerating and turn towards my rear bumper. Okay?
10 point.
All right, I'm gonna have you accelerate first, just because I know I'm gonna out accelerate you at the start, and I don't want to run out of runway. So just go. Oh, my speed limiter was set lower. Slow down. Okay, and accelerate. We're gonna have to reset this. I'll just turn around. Apologies, my speed limiter was set somewhere in the 80s. All right, start accelerating. I suspect that vehicle's faster than the ones my other recruits had. All right. Here we are. And go. Oh, just the tiniest bit off. You didn't brake before swerving, did you?
I don't think so.
A firm, because it looked perfect, and then for whatever reason, I don't know. It was almost like your vehicle slowed down. Give me 1 second. Let me set my limiter. We're going to take off at the same time when I get back. That vehicle is definitely faster. I don't know if it has a turbo. All right, I have my limiter set. Oh, you know what? I just realized my cadets had a CVPI that was filled. All 4 seats were taken.
Is cooked. Oh, ours are that's in bad shape.
Oh, it'll be fine. Don't worry. All right. Here, let's accelerate. Oh, hold on. If you just turn the car on, throw it in reverse. All right, now we're good. Go.
Yes, ma'am.
Very solid.
Yes, ma'am.
And how did that positioning look like to you?
When I was training, I felt like I was behind you.
That is the exact issue we're trying to sort of highlight. It is a very common thing. Many people refer to it as a bubble. But we're utilizing the ram bar on the front bumper. to hopefully accommodate that, if that makes sense. And there's going to be a massive difference between, you know, person to person. If somebody else were driving this vehicle, that bubble might just be a little different, especially if you're dealing with an Australian. All right, let's go ahead and accelerate. Do it again. Careful. I believe that's a plane on the left-hand side, so stick to the right. Go. Flawless. And was the positioning similar to last time where you felt that there was a bit of a gap?
Yeah.
Now that gap gets larger and larger the faster you're going. We're at the higher end of where pits would be acceptable. But, you know, if we were doing 50-60, that gap isn't going to be nearly as large. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll give it one more go. We'll do sort of 3 successful higher speed pits with everybody. And then, you know, we'll cycle through to the next driver. So let's roll.
Yes, sir.
Go. Flawless. Very, very solid. And I imagine same thing. Looked like it was a bit of a distance.
Very much so.
All right. Can you park your vehicle where, like, roughly where, you know, you think the distance looks like? Got it. And so just to clarify, if you're unfamiliar, when Emily is swerving right to strike my rear bumper, you know, she's not necessarily seeing the ram bar in the front of the car making contact. But I, as the driver of the vehicle that's being pitted, which is the thing that matters most, do. And so for some people, again, that gap can be smaller, that gap can be larger, but it's the only way we can actually properly pit people, because if you were at 90 miles an hour from your perspective to swerve to the right-hand side at my rear bumper, I'm likely going to perceive that at the B pillar, which is the pillar where the front and rear door meet. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Who would like to go next? Theo, you're up.
All right.
You were in the front seat. I figured it'd be easy. When y'all were doing pits at, you know, 60 miles an hour, was there much of a gap at all that you had to consider?
I think I was doing the same thing for it. Like how you want us to do it for this? It's the same thing I was doing for that at 60.
A-firm. For the recruits that I had prior, the 90 was much more of a, you know, larger gap. But in addition, at one point, I even had Crikey driving this vehicle so that they could really see, you know, an Australian. All right. So we're going to be going through the same thing. I'll be driving somewhere in the 90s, low to mid 90s. We'll accelerate at the same time, and when I say go, I want you to swerve towards my rear bumper. Even if it doesn't seem like you're going to hit me, just make sure that your positioning is, you know, sort of the spacing right now between our cars. That way, when you make the right, it's immediately going to strike my rear bumper, okay? All right, start accelerating. Oh, actually, hold. Oh, if you turn the car on, throw it in reverse first. That way we avoid that first gear issue, and we are good to go. Start accelerating. And oh, we're gonna have to reset. You should be able to safely accelerate into the 90s. You did slow down a bit. You shouldn't have to worry about slowing down. Let's actually start over here so we have a little more space.
Yeah, I need to kind of familiarize myself, make sure that I can get the speed limiter set correctly.
No, you're good. You don't. So here's the thing. You don't necessarily have to set your speed limiter, but if you were to set it to, let's say, 99, you don't have to worry about, going over. I'll have you accelerate first, and I should hopefully be able to keep up. So start accelerating, and then I'll give it a second, then accelerate. Hopefully avoid that.
Okay.
All right, I'm at the speed at which so I need you to slow just a moment. All right, hold on. Now catch up. And go. It was just about there. I'm going to be real. I actually don't know how the rear of my car didn't spin out because you did strike my car. And it should have. I really don't know what happened there. That is the first time that's happened all day.
I feel like I was giving Barrick like boosts a couple of times, and I don't know how.
So to clarify, there may be instances where it may look like when I say go, our positioning is like this, where I'm you and you're me, and there's a gap between us. Despite that gap, turn into the gap while accelerating as you normally would be. If you do that, I promise you, it'll work. Did it seem like there was much of a gap?
Not really. It was actually, I felt like there was no gap at all.
Okay, so if that's the case, here's what I want you to do. I'm actually not gonna... Actually, no, I will tell you... I'll still tell you when to go. We're gonna give it another try. So start accelerating. So you're losing a lot of speed when you're swerving left and right. You got to try to maintain. So we're not going to pit here towards the end. You have to maintain that speed and accelerate faster than me to catch up. Even if it seems like you are catching up too fast, again, until I tell you go, don't worry about spacing, because I'm telling you go when I would perceive that pit to be perfect. So don't slow down. Try your best to keep it as straight as possible.
Okay.
All right. Start accelerating. And keep the gap between our cars a little smaller. All right. And accelerating. Go. Flawless. Let's turn around over here. Give us as much space as possible. And so when I said go, did it look like you were striking the rear side of my bumper?
Yeah, it did.
Okay. Do you think it would be better for me to just let you make that call without saying go, if you can sort of determine that positioning?
I guess I mean, I still think it was helpful to say go. I think it's
Yeah,
pretty
we can
much
do
like
it. That's
spot
no
on.
issue. All right, perfect. We're just gonna let that plane roll through. We had we had this plane interrupt us a couple times. All right. Just remember, in terms of the gap, just at least for this, we kind of want the spacing to be similar to this, so that when I say go, it really is just a matter of turning the wheel and immediately making contact. Start accelerating. Go. Perfect. Very, very solid. We'll give it one more go, and then we'll swap around. Now, again, I'm not necessarily, you know, attempting any sort of counter pits, because for me, it's very much, you know, sort of foundation level pitting. I don't want to brake check you. Obviously, these are things you're going to have to avoid. But in order to do that, you sort of have to understand the general concept of, like, how these things are even being perceived to begin with.
Right.
All right, start accelerating. Oh. So, successful pit, by the way. The only thing is, that was my fault because I slowed down a little too much, and then coincidentally, while you know, while I was sort of looking at your positioning, is when our vehicles made contact. Do you want to give it a go without me saying go?
Yeah, let me see if I can get the spacing right.
All right. All right, let's go. Start accelerating. I'll let you know when I'm at my, like, speed that I'm staying at. I'm there now. Very solid. Literally picture perfect in terms of positioning. We'll go ahead and reset on this side, and
Oh my god.
we'll head over to the other side, and then we will swap drivers. Let me know when you're ready.
Oh my god. I don't want to sit in the back seat. I don't want to sit in the back seat.
What happened?
Yeah, I didn't hear.
Oh,
I don't know about this.
What happened?
It's just
I
I
got
really
excited.
enjoy seeing a good pit maneuver.
No, that was really good. Like really fucking good.
Really
Okay,
good.
please stop.
All right, we're ready.
All right, start accelerating. Oh, hold on. Reset. You have the first gear issue. In order to avoid that, just throw the car in reverse. It's fine now, but when you swap the driver, turn the car off, or get out and back in, just throw the car in reverse very briefly. Start accelerating. All right, I'm at my speed. Slow down. All right. Catch up. And go. Very solid. Go ahead and reset on this side. Start accelerating. All right, I'm at my speed. Go. Ooh, it was just the tiniest bit. I was trying to accommodate the fact that you were a little further off to the side than normal, but you made contact with my vehicle. It just ended up being at the center of my trunk instead of the corner.
Gotcha.
Start accelerating. All right, I'm at my speed. Go. Flawless. Head back over to this side. We'll give it one more, and then we'll do a couple where I let you judge the distance entirely on your own. But when you're doing these pits, how is it looking from your end?
Great. It's
Is the ram bar assisting at all? You know,
Like,
giving you a little.
For me, my car hasn't taken
made
any
contact.
damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, that is very normal when it comes to pitting. It's
But it
something...
seems like it's like 75 plus for that.
It really depends. For some, again, you know, I hate to point out the obvious, but if you run into an Australian, you know, 50 might still be quite far. It's all very much so trial and error. All right, so we'll do this one where I'm still going to maintain that same speed, but you are going to make the judgment calls to when to go. I'm at my speed. Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Something that I want to like learn more of.
Hello.
Morning.
Morning. All right. Start accelerating. I'm at my cruising speed. Perfect. Oh my god, plane. I don't know what that plane was doing. Okay. Oh, what are they okay? They're fine.
Oh my god. We just killed a whole plane of people? Oh no, they're good. The pilot's recovered.
I don't quite know what that plane is doing. I'm sure they're gonna be okay. Oh. You know, something just ain't... Something ain't right.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
Oh. Oh. Those are just some fireworks. Don't worry. All right.
Careful.
We are good to swamp drivers.
It should be 3.
Emily, did we go through ones where where you weren't instructed to go?
I don't remember, honestly.
All right, we'll get you back in the driver's seat and go ahead and do that.
Alright, 10 point.
I will say, although I'm not specifically going over, brake checking or anything of the sort, one of the biggest things, especially at higher speeds like, 80, 90 miles an hour, is if somebody slams on their brakes, it will throw everything off. Because remember, those higher speeds, that bubble, if you will, gets larger and larger. And so if they slam on their brakes and you're doing 90 and they're very quickly doing 70, by the time you have enough time to slam on your brakes or swerve, they're likely going at a slow enough rate at which to completely avoid you, and then you will completely go around their car. But let's roll. Start accelerating.
Alright, 10 point.
How have things been so far today?
Good.
Good.
I'm at my cruising speed. Just a reminder, you are choosing when to swerve and pit. Very solid. All right, start accelerating. You're gonna have to slow just a bit. All right, you can accelerate again. Click to the right because of the plane, and I'm at my cruising speed. Perfect.
Yes, ma'am.
Very fucking solid. So what we're gonna go through now is something I didn't necessarily go through with the other group, but I imagine they're gonna need some time. So I'm going to drive at a sort of random speed, I'm not going to tell you when to pit me, and I'm also not going to be driving in a completely straight line. But you are clear to pit at this point, so it's ultimately going to be a you judgment call. Okay.
Alright, definitely.
Let's roll.
Is our car on fire during the moment?
Nice. We'll head over to the other side of the runway and do that one more time. Let's go.
Who's back there typing? Who's doing paperwork in the back?
Yeah, someone's doing some paperwork.
Just a heads up, that is going to be the #1 issue you run into when it comes to pits. They're going to slam on their brakes. They're going to hug the side that you are essentially swerving to, and then make a U-turn and go the other way.
Alright.
Very nice. Goes Angie. There we are.
How could you?
What was that?
I just need to take a really quick nap, so I'm just gonna hop out right here.
Yeah, not a problem.
What do you want to do for guys if we're sort of in the...
How low are you? Are you in the
like
red?
A numbers person. No.
All right.
But we're getting there.
Less than a quarter.
All right, that's fine. We're probably at a similar rate. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. We'll figure it out. All right, let's go ahead and swap. Do y'all feel relatively comfortable regarding pitting?
I mean, I feel comfortable, but I'm just scared of like the public, you know, because the city's got areas like
million
where we're,
people.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah. I mean, I'm comfortable with it, but I'm gonna be honest, like I'm scared to like put the public in like, you know, in danger, because I don't think like
that's
regardless
a good thing.
of like, whatever you say, like I don't think a pit, like, you know, you could say like you do it below safe speeds, but at the end of the day, like my mindset, it's really just not safe. So for me, it's like a huge liability.
I mean, everything presents a risk. Doesn't matter how small it is, right? At the end of the day, as long as you are making sure, you know, you make a good faith effort into ensuring that when you're pitting somebody, that it is likely, you know, sort of the safest it can be, not in a heavily populated area, not in a residential area and whatnot. That's all. That's all. You cannot guarantee every element or every variable in an environment to guarantee something. You can just do your best.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right, let's roll. Lane 6 to the right. Trust me when I'm saying it's far easier to avoid a pit than it is to pit. So you are going to run into that very frequently. Let's roll. We just did a fucking wheelie.
That's dirty. No.
And for context, I didn't make any contact with your vehicle there. It was my ram bar.
Yeah, definitely. I imagine seeing that and having it happen more often than not.
Yep, and a lot of this y'all are gonna see out there on the streets when it happens. And let's roll. Very nice.
Did you guys do spiking?
No. I'm an asshole.
I mean, truthfully though, like this is what's gonna happen. It's like let's be used to that. It's so important because that's all like. Oh, there you go.
Nice.
You know.
Theo's back.
The
Boy.
half the people we chase do this all the time to us.
It's gonna happen continuously in pursuits. All right, hold off. All right. We'll continue this sort of one more round, and then we'll have Theo swap in. Then for the most part, we'll be okay.
Sound good?
Sure, you'll have your seatbelts on.
What the?
It's gonna happen.
Smoke.
What?
We became one with your vehicle.
Yep. And remember, it truly has nothing to do with what you see as much as it does what I see.
Yeah, we were like swiping. Swipe or no swiping.
Mm-hmm. And now you went from swiping to smoking. But yeah, but does everyone here understand sort of the general concept behind pitting and how specifically for us it's a little more tricky than it would be elsewhere? Specifically because if you get pitting me down to a science, guess what? The next time you run into an Australian, not so much. Not so much. You just got the equivalent of kangaroo kicked, and it's going to happen frequently.
Is that what we're calling it?
I refer to it as being, you know, kangaroo kicked.
see here. Battery fell out.
Ooh,
The
that's
Spark
not
plug
good.
looks
Fell out?
ruined.
Jesus.
Reattach
I
that.
guess, is it like when people are kind of doing that kind of stuff, like they're trying to go for a pit, is it about kind of sticking
we should
behind
be
them
good.
for the most part until you're ready to do that? As
So
opposed to
the
trying to get
more you
beside them?
stay right behind them, the more information they have to avoid you. Truthfully, one of the best things to do is sort of hit them with accelerating almost flawlessly into the actual pit. If they're doing 60, you might need to be doing 70, 80 and quickly, you know, swerving into their rear bumper, because if you don't, you're giving them ample opportunity to slam on their brakes, slightly move to the side, and avoid it completely.
Right.
Theo, you're up. So what we're doing here is not any one thing specifically. I'm going to be driving at a speed, avoiding pits, potentially brake checking, and just seeing how you handle it. Just essentially, long story short, you are cleared for pit. Let's roll. Oh! Ooh, okay, we're fine.
Okay.
I feel completely safe.
We're fine. For context, you made 0 contact with my vehicle for me. Mm-hmm. That is the trickiest part about pitting.
For me, you hit the car.
Let's roll. You were the tiniest bit off on that. Otherwise, your application of what I said, where, you know, I might be doing 50, but you need to do 70 and sort of quickly approach on the ability to pit. That was a very solid application of that. Apologies, because you were maybe genuinely a ½ inch off.
We're out of fuel.
Oh my god, they started smoking after, and I bet you they lost all kinds of fuel when they started smoking.
I'm gonna have to give y'all a bump, I think, to a gas station. Little Soul's the closest.
Oh. I don't know if it's good.
Here's what I'll do.
Y'all believe in me?
I'll do this.
I believe in you.
Yes, sir.
You want me to...
Alice, we're gonna go out of the side gate. To the right-hand side.
Okay, well, let's go.
Just trying to turn you around. We have to go all the way around, though.
Oh, you mean like there's no gate over here?
Do these gates break?
I don't think they do not break. I just didn't know if there's
No.
an opening here.
I don't think there is, but in order to get through these fences, Hold up. Wait a minute. Ow. No. No, we're not going through those.
Do we want to
Yeah,
try to
it-
call
now
for
we
a
know.
touch?
Yeah. This is interesting. The car one, you know how like you used to kind of be able to like turn the ignition a little bit and coast, like not
Yep.
anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, it won't turn over at all.
Just a little love tap. That's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah.
Night.
Teamwork.
So you want me to take this gate that's here to our right, correct?
A firm.
Alright. So we're going to Little Soul.
We're professionals.
I didn't think about it until we were like halfway invested.
I was thinking, but the time that we call for a tow, get it towed, we'll probably have been there by now.
That would have taken half an hour.
Race for impact. Race for impact.
Right?
Welcome to planet Earth. We have arrived.
Flawless.
Easy.
Anybody want like a Mountain Dew, chili dog?
Just a
something
heads
like
up, y'all may need to refuel. One of our cars ran out of fuel.
Yeah, we already have.
Oh, 10-4. We had a situation where I may have counterpitted. Their vehicle started smoking. It was already low on fuel.
Did you push them to the gas station?
It sure did, successfully. Alice is in the driver's seat of the CVPI. It took us approximately 2 minutes, you think?
Give or take.
If that, honestly.
Yeah,
was
it's
good.
about 2 minutes. I'd consider that a success. I can't believe it ran out of fuel. And Emily even
Honestly.
said, you know, we're a little low on fuel. And then Sterling was like, it's like a little less than a quarter or something. I was like, oh, that's enough. But then I forgot the
And it
vehicle
was-
started smoking.
Yeah, it would have been enough had it not been smoky.
Ran through a bit of extra
Yeah.
fuel.
I think somebody
We-
came
we
over from
mentioned
another
it, yeah.
CVPI and siphoned some gasoline out of our tank.
That's a possibility. We'll
I
go
love
through.
milk.
Oh. Crikey just screamed, I love milk on the radio.
I need context.
home.
Noted. No giraffe
Something
milk.
tells me you maybe
What's
just
y'all
got ran over.
status?
We're still just practicing high-speed pits at this point. We're just like
A firm.
proper procedure and giving everybody a chance.
We'll be doing the same. We just had to swing by a little soul.
Copy. Yeah, let's try and wrap up within the next 20 minutes if possible.
All right.
And move on to
Fueled up
spikes.
and ready to. Do we
Hey,
have
firm.
any food anywhere?
Yes, I got ya.